Yeah, the whole orphanage thing, that's something that I would really be interested in. Okay, because I mean, it is about the children. You know, children are full of life. People are calling me an orphan at my age. I don't even know if that's uh, a legitimate phrase for an old person, but I can understand if I was a child and I was a so-called orphan. That would be rough. Okay, so that's something I can, I really can open up my heart for and do for. I mean, it's this world is something else, man. It's like that old Tupac song. He say, I was given this world. I didn't make it. All these problems. You know what I mean? You can imagine being a millionaire. You got all this money. I keep hearing. I mean, that's like the number one thing of the day. I hear every single day now. Millionaires, billion. That's like I can expect when I get up every day to at least hear the word millionaire or billionaire. I will hear that word every single day. And I hear we got a lot of those out here, but there's still all these problems. But I can only focus on something that I would like to do within my own little world. You know, I agree totally with the Bible. You guys know that. You've heard me say it, before. There's more happiness in giving than receiving, and that's the truth. And it's not just a cheesy statement. It's something that you can end up learning the hard way. I mean, and in my case, I got so many restrictions on my life already. I tell you guys all the time, I can't even eat most of the stuff out here. Then it come to find out, cigarettes give me the same symptoms as airborne gluten does. So it's like throughout my day, I'm constantly like trying to get away from people, places, and things. Sometimes people might think I'm being rude. They don't understand what's going on with me. It's called self-preservation. There's a lot of things that is not good for me in this environment. There's a lot of things you just can't do. Like I said, like I told you guys, not to be long. When you realize when you get to the point in your life where you realize it's just not a lot really you can do. It don't matter how much money you got. We talked about people who have all these cars, millionaires, right? But you can't get registration on all these cars, so they just sitting up in a garage somewhere. That's hoarding. But you need all these cars. Like, what you need all these cars for? You can't drive them. What's the point? I have to imagine if I had 10 cars in my garage. I don't care if they classics. I don't care what they is, man. I'm trying to think. Is there any car that I really wish I had that would just be sitting up in my house somewhere that I can just look at? I'm trying to think. What do I actually like in cars? I don't know, man. It's like the older I get, the less materialistic I get, guys. It's just, man, it's just the simple things. I'm just happy to have some maple syrup and some coffee, man. God. That's worth $1 billion, right? Just knowing what if I can get a free cup of coffee and maple syrup for the rest of my life. That's not a bad life right there. You know what I'm saying? But it's not a lot you can do in this life. I'm not interested in riding motorcycles. Not because I don't want to ride them, but because I be worried about the morons that's out here. Everybody wants to drive 20 miles per hour over the speed limit these days. If I was on a motorcycle, I have to take that thing out on some country road somewhere, where nobody can even see. I wouldn't even want people to see me riding. I'd be riding it because I just want to ride it. Nobody has to see me on it. That type of thing. Most of the things that I like, guys, has nothing to do with showing people what I got. When it really comes down, what do you really like to do? It could be something that's absolutely free. But just to close it out, guys, I heard somebody talking about homeless shelter, and that's something I would have to talk to people about because I don't really